What is currently happening in the Nashville real estate market in February of 2022? I'm talking about all of that and more, including where we're going. What I'm seeing currently is the spring market here. I'm tackling all of that and more in today's video. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin Martin and I am a local Nashville real estate agent, and I specialize in helping savvy sellers who want to sell right and sell smart, as well as helping out-of-staters looking to relocate to the Middle Tennessee area. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so much. Please feel free to click subscribe down below so that you are notified anytime I release new video content. So in today's video, I'm tackling what is happening in the current state of the Nashville real estate market. Are we already seeing the spring market hit? What's happening with inventory, and what do we anticipate for the next several months? So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So what am I seeing? Here's the thing. If we're trying to base this year's predictions off of last year, what I would tell you is that in February of last year, we started to see this strong uptick, but it wasn't really until mid-March that our market absolutely exploded out of control. I mean, we're talking about it went from 15,000 over in February of 21 to very quickly being 100,000 plus over asking in multiple offer situations in the middle of March. So we saw all of this insanity, right? And then it started to taper a little bit in the summertime. Then we saw another push in the fall, and then we actually saw an uptick as we finished off 2021. Now, again, if you're trying to base this off of what we saw last year, then you're thinking maybe we have a couple of weeks left until the insanity hits. And that's kind of what I was thinking. But what I'm seeing currently, it very much feels like we are already into the spring market. Here's the thing. February, we traditionally deal with some of the lowest inventory all year. And this is a trend that we've seen year over year over year. And it is true, we are still dealing with low inventory. However, when I was looking at the MLS just earlier today, and I know that this is gonna be a little outdated for whatever day you watch this, but when I was looking at the MLS here towards the end of February, I was noticing a much larger uptick in the amount of properties that were coming to the market, which is great. Now, when I say uptick in properties, I don't by any means mean that all of a sudden we're getting all this inventory flooding the market. It just means that we're seeing more than what we have seen in the past month or two, which is great because we are still dealing with that really, really strong out-of-state buyer demand. And here's the thing. The Tennessean released a new article just a few weeks ago talking about another 200,000 people are expected to arrive in the Middle Tennessee area over the next 5 years. And if you break that down into how many people is that a day, that actually breaks down to 109 people a day. And when Nashville was dealing with some of the most craziness, we were at 100 people a day. So imagine it's not slowing down anytime soon, is what I'm trying to tell you. So what does that mean if you're trying to get into the market? Right now, like I said, I do believe we're actually already in the uptick of the spring market, because what we are seeing with buyers right now, when it comes to them going to bid on houses, you know, back in like November, December, it could be maybe you were still a multiple offer, but you were only up against a couple of other offers. Recently, I've seen as much as 33 offers, 48 offers. So I very much believe that we are in the spring season. So what does this mean if you are looking to move here? The sooner that you can get into the market, the better. And that may sound counterproductive considering how many offers are going on homes. But here's the thing, interest rates are expected to rise. And so when interest rates rise, that means that buying power goes down. And so the amount of house that you can afford goes down. So if you can get in before they really rise, that's going to be beneficial to you in terms of what you can afford if you're looking to buy here. Here's the other thing. We are going to likely see another big push with these prices. Now, the interest rates could help taper that a little bit based off of, compared to last year. That remains to be seen, but very much if you are looking in certain markets, we are still seeing an extremely competitive market, competitive with offers. And so you may be wondering, like, what in the world are we going to do? Here's the thing. I have more videos coming in the next couple of weeks that are going to be targeted to buyers who are looking to relocate, how to navigate the seller's market, what are sellers looking for in an offer, how can you stack your offer to ultimately make you competitive in this market, because I know that it can be very defeating. It can feel, it can make you feel defeated, like, why even try? Here's the thing. With the right agent on your team, you're gonna end up with the right house. It could take a little longer, but I'm gonna start laying out information for you in terms of what to know, what to do if you are considering moving here in 2022. Now, when it comes to home prices, Redfin actually recently released a study that talks about just how the out-of-state demand is actually driving up our home prices. So according to that Redfin study, out-of-staters on average who are moving to the Nashville area in 2021, they had on average about $737,000, which was about a 28.5% increase over what locals had to be able to put towards a home loan. So these are, yes, out-of-staters moving here are certainly driving up home prices, but on the flip side, once you're in the home, it's actually driving up appreciation for you too and helping you build that personal wealth. So let's talk about the average home sale prices that we're seeing in Davidson County, Franklin, Brentwood, and Nolensville. So let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers for Franklin for January of 2022. So if we're looking at the average home sale price in Franklin in January of 2022, the average home sale price was $974,299. And that was actually a 38.8% increase over the average home sale price in January of 2020. Now let's take a look at Brentwood. In Brentwood, the average home sale price in January of 2022 was $1,195,763. That, my friends, is a 28.5% increase from Brentwood average home sale prices in January of 2021. Let's take a look at Nolensville. In Nolensville in January of 2022, the average home sale price was $642,634. Now that was actually only a 16.1% increase from January of 2021 in Nolensville. And I know it sounds kind of crazy to be like, that's only that much, but still. And then let's take a look at Davidson County. In Davidson County of January 2022, the average home sale price was $545,071. That's an 18.7% hike. Now let's take a look at what the average percentage of list price was for the sales prices in all of those parts of town. So first up, in Davidson County, the average percentage of list price sales ended up being 101.2%. Now in Franklin, the average percentage of list price was just over 103% of the list price. In Brentwood, you're looking at 102.7% of the list price. And then in Nolensville, you're looking at 101.9% of the list price. So if you're looking to hopefully cut a deal, that's going to be much harder to come by. You're going to have to look at those outlier properties that a lot of people are passing by if you're looking to go under list. Otherwise, the answer is go over. And lastly, let's look at the average price per square foot in these different parts of town. Okay, so when it comes to the average price per square foot, you're gonna notice as we talk about these numbers that at a certain price point, that average price per square foot shifts. So I'll denote that as we go along. So first, let's look at Davidson County. Now in Davidson County, if you're looking at where that number shifts for the price per square foot, it starts to shift after $439,000. So let's look at what it is when it's below the $439,000. The average price per square foot in Davidson County is $249. when you're at the 439,000 mark and below. Now, if you go above the 439,000 mark and above, the average price per square foot jumps up to $293 a square foot. Now, as a reminder, Davidson County is around the heart of Nashville. Franklin, Brentwood, and Nolensville are all within Williamson County. So now let's take a look at the average price per square foot when it comes to Franklin. Franklin's price point for price per square foot shifts after about $685. So at $685 and below, your average price per square foot in Franklin is gonna be $288. Now at $685 and above, that average price per square foot in Franklin actually shifts up to $315 a square foot. In Brentwood, that shift happens around the $899,000. So at $899,000 and below, the average price per square foot in Brentwood is $272. Now at $899 and above, that number is gonna shift to $308 a square foot. And then lastly, in Nolensville, let's take a look at that. The shift in Nolensville comes at $589,000. So at $589,000 and below, the average price per square foot in Nolensville is $220. Now this one doesn't shift as dramatically as the others, but in Nolensville, once you reach that $589 and above, the price per square foot actually shifts $226 a square foot. So that's just giving you some numbers. Again, just so you guys know, I wanted to give you Davidson County because I know that I do have a lot of people that look in Davidson County, but also I know that I have a heavy population looking within the Brentwood, Nolensville, and Franklin, which does fall into Williamson County. So if you guys have any questions, to sum it all up, basically we are starting to see a little bit more inventory come to the market, but I very much believe that we are already in the swing of the spring market where we are seeing lots of multiple offers. It's driving price. The only thing that may kind of keep just how much people go over asking, the only thing that may kind of keep that in check just a little bit is going to be whatever happens with interest rates. And again, like I told you guys, not only do we have out-of-staters looking to relocate here for personal reasons, but businesses are coming here. So basically, to sum it up, Nashville is the it city. So if you are looking at relocating here, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm actually gonna link my free Nashville relocation guide down below so that you guys can click and get that. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. My name is Caitlin Martin. I'll see you next time.